Ever wonder how you can experience the main Hawaiian Islands in one trip? Hi, I'm Kira, and I've worked on over 15 cruises to Hawaii. Maybe you have ideas about what a cruise to Hawaii looks like, but let me show you what it's really like on board. Day 1 is turnaround day. This is the day when guests from the previous cruise disembark the ship and go home, and the same day, the guests who are starting their cruise embark, and we throw a big sail away party. A cruise to Hawaii starts off with 5 days at sea, which can seem daunting, but I actually really enjoy these days because I know my routine will be epic, and for the guests, there is so much to do on board. I do my morning walk, my shows, the gym, dress up, dinner, and see more shows if I can, or participate in my own shows and events. I'm also getting a master's degree online, so some days I have to just focus on work and studying. Of course, we also have a crew recreation area, and parties and events are organized every couple days for us to unwind after long days and keep morale up. For the guests, there's so many events throughout the day, ranging from workout classes to enrichment lectures to lei making to chef and cocktail demonstrations. It's sort of like a music festival, but more relaxed because you have to pick and choose what venues you're going to go to throughout the day if you're not laying by the pool with a cocktail, which would definitely be me if I were on vacation. But I basically rinse and repeat a variation of my schedule for 5 days until we finally get to Hawaii. We always have 4 days in Hawaii on Kauai, Oahu, and 2 ports on the Big Island of Hawaii, although sometimes the itinerary is switched up between different locations. This doesn't sound like much compared to all the sea days, but both the guests and crew are always so tired after the 4 days are over because there's so much to do and see. You can do what's called shore excursions. Ships offer different excursions, you can book through them, and those are definitely the most convenient and reliable because if it's a tour through the ship and you're going to be late getting back, they will wait for you. Since I work on board, I've done a lot for free as an escort for tours that are available, like swimming with dolphins, hiking to waterfalls, snorkeling, biking, coffee shop farm tours, and other things that are farther from the ship. But I usually prefer to explore on my own or with friends, and you can find a lot of cool excursions, especially in Honolulu, because the cruise ships usually stay there overnight, so you can really pack your day. I actually think it's worth it to rent a car for the day in Honolulu so that you can really get the most out of it, which is more likely if you're a guest, because if you're a crew member, you might not have the whole day to do that. Then it's always a little bit bittersweet. We leave Hawaii, and then we have 5 days at sea again, but this time to a Mexico port before heading back to San Francisco. There are still events throughout the Hawaii port days for people who stay on board, so I am usually still working in the evenings for game shows and dance parties, but it really gets busier on the sea days. Then we spend 1 day in Ensenada on the Baja Peninsula before one more sea day where we wrap up the cruise and say our goodbyes. A lot of the crew hate these Hawaii cruises because they're so long and they have so many sea days, which really means a lot of nonstop work, but as a performer, I'm very lucky and I get more time off, so I really enjoy these cruises, but that's the end. We get back to San Francisco and we start all over with a new cruise.